Former track star with sprinter's speed, has experience playing in all safety alignments of Baylor. I personally think he's going to be a deep safety. Not to say he can't be in the box, but I think that is where he's much more better of a prospect. What is up, everybody? It is Jake with Master Football, back at it again. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for being here. Never been here before. This is Jake with Master Football, pro football, college football, video game football, anything related to American football we discuss in the show right now. Subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, it's here. Now, again, I usually post these on Friday. I just posted one last week. We are posting an obscure prospect series video today. Now, remember here, this is the last one. So typically we do 10 people. We did 10 people last year. We're doing 10 people this year. I just had a quarterback last week with Cole Kelly. Now, we've got a couple positions here. Outside receiver, inside receiver, running back. We've got, tackle. We've got edge rusher. We've got defensive lineman. We've got, it's kind of a safety, but I think more of a linebacker. We've got a corner. We've got lots of different positions at quarterback. We have everything kind of covered. I didn't get tight end this year, okay? But what I did go ahead and do is find myself a safety, a deep safety. Whereas we had more of a box safety before, now we're having a deep safety on our Obscure Prospect series. Now remember, Obscure Prospect, right now, they're going to be known down the road. But let's go down to the south. Let's go to Waco, Texas, to the University of Baylor for your boy, J.T. Woods. All right, so J.T. Woods, here he is, the 69th safety in the country. Nice. 128th player in the state of Texas. He has 85.59 rating. We see here that he was 6'2", 175. Look at how skinny that neck is down there. Cibolo, Texas, class 2018. So we come down here and check out his offers here. So we got Army, Brown, and Columbia. JT is a smart guy, okay? He's a very, very smart dude. Houston, and then Baylor. He ultimately decided to go to Baylor. And you see the fact that he was 175. He put on that was about 18 pounds, and I bet that 175 was probably close to like 168. But we see he absolutely blossomed to a very, very good player. We also see the fact that he was 5-time Big 12 commissioner on a roll. So again, very, very smart. We see the fact that here he started in all 14 games this last season, led the Big 12 with 6 picks. In fact, his highlight tapes, I tried to find clips of him not getting interceptions, but he had so many picks that's all his highlight tapes were, was just interceptions. Fourth on the team in tackles with 57 tackles, appeared in 50 games, fifth most all time with 28 starts, and has the fifth most career interception return yards in program history with 201. Voted all Big 12 honorable mention defensive back by league coaches. Very, very solid here. We see all of those things that he's done. And then one thing I always like to make sure I come down here and show you is the fact that he was a track guy. Keep in mind that he was a track guy. We're going to get into this later in the video. He has very, very good speed, very, very long strides, surprisingly. But he competed in the 110 hurdles at Baylor Track and Field in 2019. And then he was majoring in sociology. Like I said, 5-time honor roll. He is very, very intelligent. And you see his stats here. So he finished the season this last year with lots of interceptions. So his first season, he had a sack, it was pretty nice. And then he had 3 picks his junior year, 6 interceptions his senior year, 109 return yards, and 1 touchdown. So very, very solid. And again, he had 2 return touchdowns. So he's really, really smart. He is definitely a heady player, very good with his hands, very good ball skills. In fact, we're going to get into that to see what his pros and cons are here. So we see the fact here that it says right here that it scores 6'19", good backup with potential to develop into starter. 4.36 speed, 39.5 vertical, 128 broad jump. Again, 195 hand size is okay, arms length is okay, but very, very smart player, very, very fast and athletic. So we come down here and check out what he's got. So it says his draft projection is for round 4. You see his strengths. So former track star with sprinter's speed, has experience playing in all safety alignments of Baylor. I personally think he's going to be a deep safety. Not to say he can't be in the box, but I think that is where he's much more better of a prospect. Sticky hands, grabbed 9 interceptions in the last 2 seasons, including 6 this last year. Speed and length to do their job in recovery mode. Transitions fluidly from his back pedal, charges hard to close out crossing routes in his face, bounces from route to route to make the play, and searches for punishing blows on pass catchers and bursts to swoop up and find tackle tries near the line. So very, very solid in terms of that. But you see here, he loses track of deep ball duties. I actually have one play that actually is contrary to that. Too much freestyle in his coverage and movements. Again, his highlights, he gets a lot of picks in his highlights. He's all over the field, jumping routes here and there. Very, very quick. When he sees it, he can make the play. But again, some of those situations can be, like you said, too much freestyle. So in the NFL, if somebody were to really like pick up on what he does, you could take advantage of that with double moves, things like that. Could be a step behind to challenge throws due to indecisiveness. Below average as a tackle finisher, and hurried angles create small margin for a tackle error. Meaning like he's the kind of guy where if a running back breaks, past that first and second waves, and he's the last line of defense, he could be a liability in those issues. Not a great finisher, but again, he's little like how do I say, spindly, 6'2", 195, very thin. You see the fact that his neck filled out a little bit there, but he's definitely more of a deep safety. So I had Sterling Weatherford, who was more of a linebacker, kind of a strong safety. JT Woods is the Obscure Prospect Series' deep safety. So here we are. We are reacting to a clip here. So he doesn't have very many highlights that are out there, but again, this is one that I found here. So we're going to react to this clip really quickly. So this right here was a broken play. So in this play right here, it is 2nd and 10, 2 minutes left. Texas is down 7. They are trying to drive that again. So they're trying to cut, get down the field pretty quickly. Quarterback rolls out to the right. We see this right here. He rolls out to the right, looks back, throws against his body. So this is a broken play at this point. Broke the pocket, rolled out here. I mean, in the NFL, if you break the pocket, illegal contact goes away just because they know people are going to run into each other. So this is just a scramble, Joe. This is just pure instincts at this point. Wherever he's at, he's got to find the receiver, hurry up, get his head around, make a play. He's got to do a lot in a short amount of time. You see the fact that ball's checked down here. So here you go. The guy's got him beat. He's beat. This is JT right here. He's coming down the field, was able, kind of looks back, but does his best to make the play. And again, it's a messy play when you watch it in real time, but his job was to get in there and just make it difficult on the receiver. That was the most impressive play out of all these things. The picks are impressive. The fact that he's fast is impressive, but the fact that he shows the ability to scramble, hold your water, don't freak out, don't get too grabby, things like that. That would have been legal in the NFL. Very, very good play there by him. So who do I compare this guy to? So this guy was a rather unique specimen because most of the NFL safeties, they have a little bit more bulk. Again, he's 195. I bet he's a little bit lighter than 195. But again, very, very fast, very, very good player, is going to be a deep safety in the NFL. Who kind of aligns like that? Maybe a guy who's, former track star, track speed, good ball skills, maybe not the best tackler, but not bad. Who compares like that? There's a guy who was drafted just a couple years ago by the name of Ashton Davis. So I really like this comparison to Ashton Davis. So Ashton Davis went to Cal, and again, he said he will eventually be a starter. But you come down here and check out what he kind of had. His comparison was Tyvon Branch. He's a monster athletic tester, and scouts are going to rave about his A+ character. Again, JT, same situation, 5-time honor roll, athletic tester. He's a former track guy, electric chase and recovery speed. He's lined up in a variety of different spots. That literally reads exactly like JT Woods those first couple times. So you see the fact that he's a very, very good specimen at safety. I think that JT might be a little more refined from his perspective, but I do think that Ashton's a little bit more denser, probably a better guy coming downhill. At the same thing, you see here that his weaknesses can be reckless as a downhill tackler, has issues coming to balance and getting controlled with wrap up tackles. So that's where his issue is, in the fact that, JT, he's a deep guy. If he comes down, he might come down a little too hot. He needs to make sure he is the last line of defense. If he misses, he is it. The running back is just going to score at that point. So Ashton Davis, I think that he's the most comparable guy in terms of former track athlete, solid a character guy, deep safety, maybe has some issues coming up and making some tackles, but again, will be an asset if you need that deep safety down the middle. So that wraps it up, guys. That is your Obscure Prospect series. All 10 players. Then again, I encourage you to go into my playlist, check out the 2022 Obscure Prospect series, play them all. They're awesome. I'm hoping this draft's going to happen here pretty soon here. A couple days from now, we're going to see the draft. So I'm hoping all my guys get drafted and are successful going forward. But JT Woods, deep safety, final member of the Master Football with Jake Posey Obscure Prospect team of 2022. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I am out.